I'm constantly talking to people and students about why our culture has essentially decided to walk away from religion. Many religious folks no longer refer to themselves specifically associated with any religion or denomination. In fact, they don't even like the term religious. They may refer to themselves as spiritual, and there's nothing wrong with that. But why has this happened? Why, as a culture, have we turned away, or do we have such negative views of religion in general and Christianity in particular? Well, certainly there's historical precedent for the evil that has been done in the name of God and continues to happen. But does that mean the entire edifice of religion and religions should be discarded? Or can we be intelligent about it? We don't discard governments when we realize that sometimes governments do things in the name of power, and people are hurt, that we go to war, but we still press on. So I would suggest that we consider being open to a spiritual approach to the world. After all, one of the great myths of our modern time is that science has all the answers. And part of that has to do with a philosophy of materialism, which is not proven by any particular science. It's a philosophy, materialism. And the problem with this is that more and more scientists and intellectuals are beginning to reject this philosophy of materialism. In other words, that only matter exists. We live in a world that, because of science, is opening up. Imagine if more than matter exists, then that opens the door for all sorts of possibility of God talk and some of these other issues that we've de-emphasized. And so why in our culture would we think of religion as simply in negative terms, when in fact science is evoking all sorts of different questions that we would label either as religious or spiritual, perhaps even theological. So this is an interesting time. If religion is no longer the authority in our culture, and we turn to science, interestingly enough, that science is leading us to ask religious type of questions. For example, Dr. Lanza, in his recent book, Beyond Biocentrism, and part of the title that death is an illusion, he interprets modern science in a way that he aligns to some ancient Eastern religious philosophical traditions. But again, I would suggest this is a very interesting turn in the 20th century, because in the 19th century, there were intellectuals who said that science was going to be the death blow of religion and Christianity in particular. So we're living in another time, and a very interesting time, one in which, again, the universe is open to consider all sorts of possibilities concerning ultimate reality and God.